And welcome you two. Thank you for showing up to class today. Going to be a little slower class, what I call slow flow and glow, but we're going to concentrate on the hips and definitely that, if you have sciatica, some of these stretches will be really helpful for that, or low back discomfort. Okay, so just circle those wrists around. I always do a joint free in series. You can thank Mukunda Styles. He's kind of learned a lot of these types of practices from him. Elbows. Bless his soul. Good. And then shoulders. Good, good. And today, bring the hands up like this, and I want you to just bend the hands like that, turn them around, go like that, go up like that, towards each other out, flap them a few times. The gates opening and closing. Good. And then flick the fingers too. So if you ever have trouble when you wake up in the morning, you feel stiff fingers, stiff hands, shake them out, flick it, get the vata out of the joints there. Okay, good, good. And then we just tap the kidneys. Good. That's it. Good. Now interlock the hands, push them up towards the ceiling, press down your feet, arching back a little bit. Good. Come back to neutral. And let's keep the hands down behind the head and lean back and open the chest a little wider. And then you're going to fold in, bring the elbows together, tuck your chin, you'll stretch your neck and upper back. This will get the traps. Come back up. Inhale, we'll do it one more time. Open like a flower on those cactuses in the desert. And then fold in. Good. Come back up to neutral. Take a breath, exhale laterally over to one side. I'll let you choose. Take the upper wing, open it up a little bit. Yeah, there you go. So you're rotating open a little bit. Come back to center. Exhale over the other side. Open that wing up a little bit. Good. And then we'll come back to center. Good. Reach those hands up and out to the sides. And today, just for a little extra, interlock those hands back there. And lift the chest up and then exhale, nice little forward fold. And again, maybe you're going to bend the knees here today. Take it nice and slow. Take a breath. Exhale. Ooh, nice pop I just got there. Let the crown of the head drop towards the floor. One more big breath here. And then pressing those feet, bend the knees, come on back up. Straighten the legs as you come up, and then release those shoulders out. Circle them out. Yeah. Good. Let's lift them up as well today, and drop them. Good. One more time. Let the load go. You got it. Good. So let's do just a couple of those little kung fu movements today, because this will get into your hamstrings. I want to open them up a little bit. But bend the knees, okay? So it's like you're going down to pick something up on the floor. Engage your core. Sweep one way. Come up to the ceiling. Pivot around on those heels and sweep the other way. I always call it the little Michael Jackson pivot or the James Brown pivot. Except James would go to the floor and do the splits. We're not gonna do that. There's a good catch there, Karen. So as you inhale up, you pivot and then drop in. Slow it down even more. Inhale up, pivot, and then drop. Now just for a little extra today, close your eyes and see if you can do the whole movement with your eyes closed, okay? I know. Just give it a try. Just trust your instincts. It's all about trusting our instincts out there. You know, that's how we keep ourselves from falling and cracking hips out there. Good. So the better we get at it, just really tuning in to the movement. There we go. You got it. Just go a couple more. Good. Nice. And let's go last couple. Good. Inhale up. Around you go. Now hold whatever side you land on. Hold there and just get that nice hamstring stretch. Good. If you rotate that foot in a little bit, you'll get a little extra in the back. You'll feel that hip open just a little more. But again, bend the knee. Find a good place. Not an extreme place, but just a good stretch there. Nice, guys. And flip it to the other side. You can just spin around, or you can come up to the ceiling again, or you can just switch legs. Exactly. Good. Feel that second, really let that neck drop too. Yeah, there you go, cat, like that. So you just release, and remember softening in the pose. Expansion happens in relaxation as we relax into the position. Good, good, good. All right. Let's come on back up and take those arms up and hands to your heart. So we'll do a little vinyasa here today. It's a little more challenging, but let's give it a try here today. So we're going to inhale up to your tippy toes. And as you exhale, you're going to fold all the way over into Uttanasana. And again, bend the knees, tuck the head under. Inhale back into chair. So we feel those legs. I want you to sink back into those heels. And you'll press down, come straight up, hands to your heart. Okay? We'll go 3 more like that. So inhale up to your tippy toes. Up you go. And then exhale, fold all the way over, tuck the head under. Inhale back into your chair, nice and slow. And remember, sink back into those heels like you're falling back into a pew at the church. Come on up, hands to your heart. Good, this is our church right here. Inhale up. In many ways, we come to work on the body, the mind, the spirit as well. Come on back into your chair. And then you press into both legs and come up like a brand new sprout out of the earth. Good. One more like that. Inhale up. Good. Exhale, folding over. Good. Inhale back into Utkatasana, fierce pose. Drop in. And press both legs. Come on up. Good. We'll go one more. We'll take it to the floor this time. So inhale up. Exhale, folding over. This time only halfway up. Inhale up, flat back. Exhale, fold again. Let's step or back into your plank pose. Yeah, I'm just going to push that out of the way for you, but that's okay. There you go. Yeah, come on out to plank. Can we roll over onto the side into a side plank today on the right side? Yep, so around you go. And again, cross the legs. Find what works for you here. Keep the hips lifting. That's the key, though, that the hips are lifting. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. Nice strong pose right there on that arm. Good. Come on around. Set yourself up the other side. One more. That you go. Good job. Okay, take your time. Strong arm. Keep those hips going up. 2, 1. And come on down and just give me one last little vinyasa here now. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Drop on in. Good. Up you go. Nice. Open those hearts. Back you go. Downward facing dog. Good, good. Left leg up. Swing it forward. And we'll come down on that knee. So, I was telling you, Kat, doing these kneeling ones. Again, we can use that blanket there. Arms are up. Now, let's come forward. And I see a lot of issues in the back a lot of times because there's tightness in the front. So arch back a little bit there. Good. Release out to the floor, nice and slow. Take a breath in. Ball the foot. Let's come on up and get that hamstring stretch again. But square the hips. That's the key here. Make sure that foot's lined up with the outside edge of your mat as you bow. So, we want to think about finding good alignment here. Good. And we'll drop to that knee one more time. Up we go. Good. Open that heart up. Oh, yeah. And then release to the floor. Take a breath. We'll go one more. And as you exhale, up you go. Now let's stay on the ball of the foot back there, but keep the right hand down. Bring that left arm up. So we're on the ball of the foot, so it makes it much more what I call linebacker twist. Yeah, good. Hips are lifting, and that front leg is hugging in, right? The inside edge of that front foot firmly pressing. Couple breaths. Hips are lifting a little higher. Good. Another inch up we go. 2, 1. Release that hand down. Swing that leg back. Let's take it through another vinyasa, and we'll go to the other side. So chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin, you choose. Inhale up, Bhujangasana, nice cat, and back you go. Good job. Spread those fingers wide when you get back there. Right leg forward. Let's come down on that knee. Good, arms are up again. Get that length up the sides. And then again, you bend that knee forward. You arch back. If you feel too much compression there, don't go back so far, okay? Get that length, that's the key. As you release to the floor, take a breath. Ball of the foot, up we go, right into that right hip. Yeah, so let that left hip continue to rotate around, so to really open up that hip. Yeah, good, Karen, that's good. Nice. And drop down to the knee, we'll go one more. Okay, take your time. Arms are up, and you can always inch that front foot further up a little. Yeah, good. There you go, cat. And you're arching back a little bit, open that heart. Beautiful, guys, love the way you open those hearts up. Release to the floor, take a breath, little exhale as you come back into the right hamstrings. One more time, and then we'll get that twist. Good. Now, left hand down, right arm up. There you go. Feel the length through that back leg. Keep those hips lifting up. Good. And then bring the hips towards me just a little bit. There you go. Good. That's it. Both shoulders back, head up in line with the spine. 2. Good. 1. And release that hand. And last vinyasa. Swing that leg back. On your own. Down you go. Good. Up you go. Bhujangasana. Good. And back into downward facing dog. Good job. Good, good, good. Let's swing that left leg forward for pigeon. So as you come forward, swing it out there. Now remember, you can also put a block or a blanket under that leg as you come down. Straighten that back leg and make sure the hips are square, and then drop that knee to the floor. And I'm going to add a little extra in here today with pigeon. Let me move this guy out of the way. So what I call twisting pigeon, okay? So you're going to be on this right forearm here like this, okay? This hand's going to be over in this corner. You're going to start to rotate your whole body as you lengthen up through the crown, okay? See how I'm twisting my upper torso? Then I'll stay here, and I'm going to start to push my left hip towards the wall a little bit. Just push it out a little bit. That's going to really get into the, as you're torquing, get a little push of your hip to the outside very carefully. So you'd be pushing the hip towards this door over here a little bit. And as you're, yeah, so you got the upper torso torquing, and then just push that hip out just a little bit away from you. Feel that? That'll get in it really nice. So we've got twisting pigeon. So you add a little twist with this pigeon. And I push that hip out, and ooh, it gets right around and gets into that glute, into that piriformis. Good. Now as you come up, let's try a little stretch back here today. See if we're able to grab with the opposite hand, and be careful with this one. Okay, so we're going to get that flexor and quad there as I arch back a little bit. Okay, I'll feel that one there, Karen. Yeah, good. Now you're just going to drop right over onto that butt cheek. Okay, swing the other leg all the way around. Yep, all the way around. Take the right hand behind. Lift up tall, work that shoulder back. Now once I get to here, okay, I start to sink that right hip towards the floor. Okay, so as I'm broadening up through the collarbones, yeah, and you can bring that elbow around there if you like, going a little deeper here. But the key is allow that right hip to continue to sink as you're lifting up through your chest. All right, we feel that right hip. So that'll get in there good too, another good one. Let's hold this here for about 3 more breaths. And really, melt those hips. Soften, let that right hip continue to drop towards the floor every time you exhale. Big Good. Pull that navel in a little bit so you're able to rotate a little deeper. Use that exhale to soften your way around there. Good. One more big breath. Sink that right hip down. What goes up must ground down. Good. Now as you release out, the way I like to come out of this is just swing that leg back into a down dog and take a bicycle ride. And I like to rotate those hips as I bend my knees, so really get them swinging around there. Okay, good. Then you'll set up the next one. So again, very carefully bring that leg up and through, and then set it down. Again, if you want to put some padding under that hip, you can, or a block. I always bring up that back leg, make sure my hips feel square, then I set that knee back down, okay? Now that left forearm's parallel to the outside, and we're on the right side this time. So I'm going to lengthen through my crown and start to rotate my upper body. Then, right here, I'm gonna start to push that right hip away from me a little bit, very carefully. I don't want nobody destabilizing the SI or anything here, so always be mindful here. It's a mindful practice. Good. Both feel that pretty good? Yeah, it's a good one. Let's get a couple more breaths there, holding it just a little longer. Good, excellent. Good. Now, as you come up, you drop into that butt cheek. I forgot. So drop over onto that right. And you're going to swing that other leg around and bring that foot all the way around that thigh. There you go. Now, take that left hand behind you, like pretty much in line with your sacrum. Yeah, there you go. Now, again, keep the chest lifting so that you're broadening through the collarbones. And again, if you want to bring that elbow around there, you can. But again, every time you exhale, feel that left hip just melting towards the floor. Can I sink that hip? And as you sink it, you're going to stretch it, right? We feel that? Gets in there really good. All this opening in the hips will really be helpful if you have sciatica or if you've got low back issues. But don't force it. Always be friendly and kind in your asana here. Good. I like that you're closing your eyes. And I remember initially Joy Devi saying, let your heart guide you into this twist. You know, I always love that. There you go. Good. So you're going inward. The whole practice is outward, inward, you know. You work on the outer body and the inner body. Good. So as you release back out, you're going to swing back into your down dog and take one more bicycle ride. Good job. And bend each knee. Yeah, there you go, Karen. So you roll those hips around. Nice. Again, I'm going to show you one more like that too. So come on out the plank. Or actually, what I want you to do is come down, knees, chest, chin. And keep the hips up. Elbows in. I call it crocodile. Okay, I want you to roll, keep the elbows in tight, let the hips roll to the floor or the right side. And then let them roll over to the left side. Okay? Let me watch you a couple times. Just let them fall over. And then the other side, elbows stay in tight, nothing moves. We just got that lower torso rolling over. You guys feel that? Yeah, this is a wonderful one. This one helps so many people out. Good. One more each way and you'll be good. Good. And then come back to center and take it back to your child's pose for a moment. Big sigh there. Good. Yeah. It's good stuff into those hips. And again, with child's pose, I'm always like knees together or far wide, whatever feels best to you, you know. There you go, cat. And then again, if you have knee stuff, want to always modify. It takes time, especially when we come back from injuries or surgeries. You know, we got to really take our time coming back. And we will come back, you know. I'm always so delighted when I watch people. You know, I always say the real yoga begins when we get injured or, you know, or sick. You know, we have to get ourselves back. Good. All right, come around on your backs. I want to get one more into those hips there. How'd those feel, though? Good. Those are good openers right there, yeah. So let's go to, this one's kind of fun. Oops, I can't really do it on this. So let me have you guys come down and you're going to cross the left knee over the right knee, okay? And what you're going to do is bring them up and grab the ankles, what I call motorcycle handlebars. Or I gave it the name Harley-asana. Because it reminds me of a big old Harley going down the freeway. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull these feet wide as you pull the knees in, and it's moving you to that side. So I'm going to kick you that way a little bit. Soften that throat and jaw. Okay, we feel in there? And what you can do is you're going to release the legs out real wide like you're skydiving on your back, arms and legs out wide, and you're going to cross the opposite knee over and grab those ankles. And you're going to do that a few times. Okay, you'll hold it there for maybe 2 or 3 breaths, and then you go into your upside down skydive. Release out, exactly, cross the opposite knee and go from one hip to the other hip. All right, feel those? Oh yeah. So I do this one a lot of times with people are a little more open, which you guys are pretty good here, because sometimes it's very challenging, this one, for a lot of people that are super tight in the hips, but we can see you guys are good practitioners. So we'll get a couple more. We feel those pretty good. Notice how it feels from one hip to the other. You might see a little difference there. go 2 more. Good. One last one. Nice. Now bring the knees to the chest and give them a hug, and then again row your hips a little bit. Yeah, so we just keep on loosening them up there. Now you're going to keep both knees together and arms out like a cross. Okay, palms facing up. Take a deep breath in. You're going to drop both knees to the left side, right to the floor if you can get there. Good. Take a deep breath in, a big sigh on that right shoulder. Good. See if you can grab the big toe with your left hand on that top foot. Okay? And you're going to take it straight out towards the door over here. Real slow. You fire it out there. Yep, there you go. So, and that's optional. Again, if you good, there you go. So you're going to feel a little more down the IT, iliotibial band right there, right? Feel that? Take a nice deep breath and soften again. This is all working those hips and those legs. We'll hold it for a few breaths here, but use those exhalations as opportunities to just melt right into this pose. So we're getting close to our Shavasana here. Good, good, good. One more big breath, big sigh on that right shoulder. There you go, beautiful guys. Remember to see how that expansion happens as we soften. Let the knees bend to meet each other. Bring them back to center and hug them in a couple times there. Just maybe circle them again a little bit. You'll be ready for dancing. Take a deep breath. You can exhale both knees to the right side now. And again, let them fall over. Once they get there, take a breath and big sigh. How much can I melt into this pose? Yeah, then after a few beats there, you can grab that foot, bend the knee, and then again as you go out the side of that leg, little different on this side, right? Yeah, good. So you'll see and again, if you've had injuries or surgeries, you've got scar tissue. It comes with the surgery. Not that we can't make scar tissue loosen up and more pliable. It just takes time working our abhyanga, or self-massage with good Ayurvedic oils. But having a consistent practice is key, to any development. Take a big breath, big sigh on that left shoulder. There you go, Karen. Good. You guys looking great here. You're going to be ready for some dancing after this. So let those knees meet. Come back to center. Give me one beautiful happy baby there. Yeah, get a good happy baby. You're going to rock side to side a little bit there. Good. Nice. Maybe tapping a knee on one side if you can, the other. Good, good, good. All right, let's throw that bolster on your knees. Get a little relaxing Shavasana here today. And again, it's all about that big word surrender we use a lot in yoga. But it's just letting go and softening and finding lightness. I always say enlightenment means to be light, a sense of lightness, not carrying a lot of heaviness on ourselves, but feeling light and bright. So remember the little gap in the lips. Palms drop out to the sides. If you want to add that little mudra, thumb and the first finger touching, you can. Remember that circle symbolizes the eternal nature of the Atman, the soul, of the 3 fingers, past, present, future. Take a nice deep breath in. And a big sigh. Good. One more time, big breath in. But this time you're going to tighten your fist. Bring your head and legs off the floor an inch or 2 and tighten every muscle for 3, 2, 1, and then release. Good. And just let go there. Good. Remember that little gap in the lips, though. Don't forget that one. I'm going to turn down the light. Good. And again, settle like water settles. Remember when we walk out to a placid lake, we look into the lake. If there's ripples on the water, it kind of reminds us of the vrittis in the mind, We can see ourselves in the lake, but not clearly, because the chatter, the vrittis are in the way of the ripples. But once the ripples settle, now if we muddy up the bottom of the lake and we can't see no We can't see any reflection of our divineness at all because we're muddied up by addictive behavior patterns and things like that. But once the mud settles, the ripples cease, then we get a perfect reflection of who we are. So allow yourself to become that placid lake in the mountains. Samasta Sukino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu. You two yoginis. Now we were settling pretty good right there. Now slowly make your way back to your fingers and toes, and you can reach those arms overhead one last time if you like. There you go. That's it. You'll walk one foot up at a time and next roll towards one another. Just relax on your side there. Little sister puppies here. Oh, brothers and sisters. I always remember that album by the Allman Brothers. Good album. And Eat a Peach was another good one. Dedicated to a brother, Dwayne. We lost Dwayne early. One of the best slide guitar players. But, you know, some get called earlier than others, you know. I guess they need him in the band up there. I was trying to learn it was a Chuck Berry lick the other day. It was so hard, this lick. Chuck was just such a good guitar player, man. Wow. It was just wonderful. Anyway, let's sit up and we'll And we'll sing that little Loka mantra I was doing to finish up today. And you guys know the Loka mantra. So may all beings be happy and free of suffering. Okay, so Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Without guitar. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Let's bring our hands together at our hearts, guys. Take a big breath, big Om together. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Attitude of gratitude every day, grateful for the abundance which you have in our lives compared to many we see on the streets of our city. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings find peace, freedom, happiness, and find themselves in a secure place with the love around them. It's all important. We find love and not fear. We replace the fear with love. So be warriors out there, you too. Namaste.